What's up, Hoopers? We are back. Well, rather, I am back and you are back. So we are back here together again. And today I wanted to talk about the announcement made by Wilson, as well as the NBA, the unveiling of the new official NBA basketball made by Wilson, now that Spalding is no longer the official ball of the NBA. Now, I signed up a while back to get alerts and updates from Wilson about the NBA ball. And really what they did is just give me newsletters and information about Wilson now being the official basketball for not only the NBA, but the BAL, which is the Basketball Africa League. The WNBA is and has gotten a new basketball as well. If you've seen my previous videos about which basketball to use, you've seen pictures of it. It looks really nice. But today, I got an email from Wilson with not only pictures of the new basketball, but more information about the new series of basketballs coming from Wilson. I guess sponsored or collabed, the NBA basketball, the official NBA basketball, and the line of basketballs that fall underneath it. So there are, I think it's 3 or 4 different categories. So there's 4 different categories underneath the official basketball line. You've got the Authentic, the Drive, the Forge, and the Alliance, I believe, are the 4 series. So the first one, the Authentic series, obviously, looking at the picture, I'm assuming this is the official basketball or the authentic version of the basketball. But what I didn't know was that there are what appears to be either 3 different colors or 3 different versions of the authentic NBA basketball. Now, what I mean by versions is that there may be the official, which is pretty much the current basketball. I'll talk a little bit about that. Then there is a reddish color, which looks a little bit like the Wilson solution, assuming maybe this is some sort of microfiber material. Then there's a darker version. Maybe this is a composite leather, maybe more like the Evolution. There's that. I'm not sure. They didn't really mention too much information about the details in all 3. They just talked about what branding wise is the authentic series. After that, I think it's the Drive. Now the Drive series, based on description, sounds like their indoor outdoor line. So this is the second category of basketballs, and I only assume that based on the wording that they use, and then some of the colors as well. Usually when you get into colorful basketballs, more likely than not, the use for it is indoor and outdoor, if not just all outdoor. Rarely do you see basketballs that are fairly colorful that you can use indoor. Wilson did that with the Evolution, with the color font for the basketball, but outside of that, most of the basketballs you're not going to see indoors be too colorful, with the exception of course, the Wilson undefeated basketball that I have over this shoulder, that shoulder. After that, you've got the Forge series. Now, the description of this is even more confusing than the Drive series. What I assume the Drive series to be, which was kind of the indoor-outdoor, the Forge series might actually be that. And a lot of that is because it talks about practice, for beating it up during practice. Now, for me, I'm thinking practice, I'm thinking indoor, I'm thinking, outdoor maybe, but if, the pictures suggest indoor. Who's bringing an outdoor basketball indoors? Somebody at Wilson has to know people don't do that. And if you're one of those people that brings an outdoor basketball indoors, go home. Go home. Go home. Put that basketball on offer up. Take that money. Add some more money. And get a real fucking basketball. Go watch my other video. I'll tell you exactly which basketball to get. But no one at Wilson, and no one on earth should be doing that, and the good people at Wilson should know that no one brings an outdoor basketball indoors. That's disgusting. So that's why I'm confused by the imagery as well as the wording. I don't really know what this Forge series is going to be. And then after that, I think is the Advantage of the Alliance. The Alliance series, which is, you know, that's the rubber outdoor basketballs. Those are the ones that probably come in cool team colors, it looks like. Get your favorite team on there, cool colorful designs, but as far as actual like use, not really, you know, for a hooper per se. So as you can see, you see all of what, you know, Wilson has unveiled as far as the look of the basketball. The basketball is actually being used today, the day that I'm making this video. June 21st is the first day that people will be seeing the basketball live. It is being used for, I think it's the G League Combine is going on, or it's the NBA Draft Combine. One of the start of the combines for the NBA is when they're going to unveil and start using this basketball in person. The first day that people can purchase this basketball from Wilson, they say the day of the NBA draft, which I believe is in July. I think it's July 19th. Let me check. Psych. July 29th is when the basketball will be available for purchase. All of the basketballs, I'm assuming, will be available for purchase on July 29th from the Wilson website. And now let's get into the basketball. Now, first thing I noticed, it looks exactly like this basketball. Now, what I mean by it looks exactly like this basketball, the leather on this basketball and the leather on the new Wilson looks fairly identical. A lot of that is because of the two NBA players that they have on their panel, who are Trae Young and Jamal Murray. Now, for me, that is a good thing because you have two shooters who are advisors for the basketball, two guys who have pretty good, well, with Trae, really good, and Jamal has pretty good ball handling ability as well. These guys are the ones who are going to be testing, giving input, giving, you know, all the criticism and helpful tips that Wilson needs to make not only a, you know, high quality basketball, but more importantly, a product that isn't too far off from what the players have already been using. If you could imagine, you get a new system at work, and you have to go from one system to the next, people hate it. So you can imagine this being the most important system for a professional basketball player. You change the basketball, you could change a lot of guys' well-being. Some guys may not be able to shoot anymore, they may not be able to handle the ball as well anymore. So it looks like Wilson did a really good job pretty much translating what Spalding did as far as the number of panels, the type of leather, and translating that over well. The one thing that I did notice that was a bit different from this basketball to the new basketball, which most people probably wouldn't notice, is the size of the paneling on the Wilson is larger than the size of the paneling on the Spalding. And I only noticed that because I put my hands on the grooves and I didn't really measure, you know, per se, but I kind of looked at, you know, the control I had with the Wilson versus the Spalding, and there is a bit of a difference. There's a noticeable difference in size. Now, for players who have larger hands going to the Wilson, the control may be better for them. So I wouldn't be surprised if guys' shot percentages start to go up just because they have better control. But ultimately, it doesn't look like the basketball is going to be much different from the basketball that Spalding has been using for years and years and years. I'm looking forward to whatever that red basketball is and whatever that darker brown basketball is. Wilson hasn't said anything, but I've signed up once again for the newsletter to see what it is. When I find out, I'll let you guys know Once again, if you like the video, if you like the content, please like, comment, let me know what you think. Are you going to cop the Wilson basketball? Do you think it looks too much like the original? Would you have wanted it to be something different? What do you think about Trae Young and Jamal Murray being on the panel of advisors as far as like the professional advisors that are on the board for Wilson? I think those are the right guys. But, you know, subscribe if you haven't. You know, once again, thank you for watching. This is another video, and until next time, peace.